Welcome back to another video. Today is another Rainbow Six Siege Operators tier list for Year 8 Season 1. Now last time I did this, I did it in a two-part video, but we're not doing that anymore because I think you guys would prefer me to do it in just one video. And second of all, we're doing this again because the meta has changed now in Rainbow Six Siege, and I've sort of just let it adjust. So it's now halfway through the season in the time of recording. There's about 42 days left in it, and yeah, we'll see if anyone's changed, if anyone's gone up or down in the last tier list. There's a few of them where I looked back at my tier list, and there's a few of them where I'm thinking that I think it was completely stupid to put them in either too low or too high. So let's get into this and we'll see where each one goes once again. And we're starting off with Sledge, who is S tier. Sledge is just way too versatile. Obviously his sledgehammer is absolutely brilliant. Obviously you can't go through reinforced walls, but still it's good for rotations and clearing out rooms. He's also still got the frag grenades. He gets nerfed pretty much every season, but he withstands the nerf hammer and still sits as a good operator. And yeah, S tier still for Sledge. Pretty sure he was S tier in my last one. Now Thatcher last time I put in A, but I just don't see him as someone that good anymore. So I'm going to put him in B, and I'll explain my reason. Thatcher, his EMP grenades are useless now. They're not useless. You can still use them and everything. Particularly would be useful against Cade, as one of the things I'm talking about, the EMP grenades that are used by a couple operators now. Yeah, they just can't. He's just not strong enough anymore for to be an S tier operator, because there's so many people who do the same thing as Thatcher now and still have an ability. So it's kind of made him more useless, but he's still not useless. He's not down here or anything. He's still strong. His one lasts longer. It's got a wider radius, and majority of the times you can't really counter the Cade claw unless you have a certain operator on your team, that being IQ, where you can spot it. But yeah, B tier it is for Thatcher. Now talking about someone who is S tier once again, SAS. They absolutely kill it every time people do tier lists, and I totally agree with them. Smoke is S tier, one of the best defenders in the game, definitely in my top 3 for best defenders. Very, very versatile. You could either use the deployable shield or the barbed wire, and he'll still be very good. Same with either a shotgun or using the FM. I think it's the FM9 or FMG9. I can't remember how to say it, but still, you know what gun I'm on about. Is equipped with a secondary SMG11 machine pistol, and obviously his gadget is smoke grenades. They're just so much better than everyone else who is sort of in the same category as him, such as Goyo and Tachanka. He's just so much better in that category. He holds off many pushes for a while just by throwing his smoke grenades. And yeah, this is why he's still S tier. I am going to try and put them in order for who I think's better. I'll try, but I'm not guaranteeing it'll be very good. But this guy here, Mute, is also S tier, not as good as these two, I think. He's slightly falling, but I'll keep him in S tier for reasons. He's been getting nerfed every season at this point. His mute jammer radius has gone down. I think him being slower and more tankier is also a bit of a nerf for him, because you got to run round to try and put the mute jammers down in the right places, and I don't think he'll have enough time to do it, which is why I don't think he's as good as Sledge, who I probably would have put above last time. But yeah, Mute is still very strong. He's, in my opinion, a better alternative to Mozzie, because his gadget doesn't break when he jams a drone, or he can also even jam like an Ace breach, Hibana breach, Thermite breach, anything. Even putting it on a castle wall, that's what makes him still S tier. Obviously, the SMG-11 is so it makes him more versatile to use a shotgun as well. But yeah, S tier for Mute still, but somewhere lower on the S tier. Thermite. Thermite is between A and B. Last time I put him in A, but I think I'm going to keep him in A because so far the meta for Rainbow is quick and like quick pushes. It's really hard to decide if he should be A or B, but I think I'm going to stick him in A because quick breach and you're rushing into the bomb room. It is such a good season for the one who's coming up next, though, Ash. Most games are being finished really quickly in a minute or minute and a half, and this is where Ash will come in. But I think she's going to be B. I think I put her up in A last time, but B is where she's going to sit. I might listen to my own reasonings here to put her in A. Obviously, she's got the 1.5 on one of the best guns at the moment, the G36C. And not only is her breaches really quick, she's also really quick herself, which is better for her to rush into the bomb room unknown. You don't know how many times I've been caught with an Ash running into the bomb room within 10 seconds. And she just seems to be more quicker than any other operator despite being at the same speed. But yeah, I think Ash will be a high B, a very high B. Because I do think it is a mix and match between an A and B. And we move on to Pulse, who I'm going to put in maybe not C, maybe low B. I think Pulse is very good for information. Obviously, with his gadget, his heartbeat sensor. You don't know how many times I've almost been caught out or even been killed by Pulse being underneath me with that heartbeat sensor and absolutely fucking me with a C4. That's also another good thing about Mute. He has a C4, but Pulse obviously has a C4 as well. Yeah, Pulse is like, he's quite versatile, I'd say. Doesn't have a machine pistol as a secondary weapon, but you can use a shotgun. It's pretty strong. So he's going to be low B. So a lot of other operators will go above Pulse. Castle is definitely more versatile than Pulse. Obviously he has the super shorty, and Pulse doesn't, which is why he goes above. Obviously had the same gun, the UMP 45, I think it's called. Paired up with Mute, Castle. I just mixed up Castle and Pulse together. Castle and Mute is a good combination with each other. Also a Jaeger would be a good combination with these two, if you want to be very defensive. But yeah, I think B tier is where Castle will sit, especially with this meta where everyone's rushing in. He's gonna have to make him use utility. So yeah, moving on to the next one, Monty. I've seen a lot more Monty than I have last time. I think last time we had an E tier and I put him in E or D, somewhere around there. But Monty's going to go in C tier. I've seen a lot more of him. I think the shield reworks really done him some good as an operator. And obviously he's not only is he really bloody hard to kill, but he's Also very good at protecting the diffuser once you've planted it, or once you've or even planted it himself. You can put the shield behind his back, face the other way, and he partners up really well with the likes of Glaz and Sens and Gridlock for that rush that I personally don't like. Defending it, of course. Moving on to Twitch. Twitch, I'm not too sure about. I think she'll be C or B. I think she's going to go in B. Obviously, the vertical grip got taken off her for the F12. The F17, I think it is, the marksman rifle, just seems much better to use nowadays, which is why she might go C, but I'll leave her here in B. Obviously, Twitch drones now have competition for the latest operator Brava coming into the game. But if you're going against someone like I don't know, Frost, someone Brava can't hack into and make it their gadget, Twitch will have a better job than Brava would in that situation, or maybe a Cade. That's also a better situation for Twitch. So yeah, I'm just going to leave her in B. I think she has faced a lot of, a bit of a decrease in on a popular pick ever since Brava's arrival. But we'll move on to Doc. Doc is going to be, I think I rated Doc quite highly last time. I think it was up here in A. But I'm going to put him in B. I think he's better than Pulse and Twitch. Obviously his stims got a buff from the last time I did it, where it now fully heals Doc, which is something I think is very good. I like Doc's guns. I like both the guns actually, MP5 and P90, but he has a 1.5 scope, which is obviously like the most broken thing in Siege at the moment, which is something that, especially on an MP5, which is, I think, is one of the best guns in the game. But yeah, B tier for Doc. Not only does he have a bulletproof camera as well for information, which is very key in this moment, in this meta. B tier it is then. Moving on to Rook. And Rook, I think his withstand didn't really make much of an impact as everyone expected. Especially me, I expected him to be, I think it was either A or S tier. I think it was. But I don't think it's made that much of an impact. I think Rook is a solid B above everyone here. I'm putting a lot of the operators in B, but I tried mixing up B and C again. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, once again, Rook is pretty much the same as Doc, but instead he gives you Rook armor and the ability to self-revive yourself. So B tier it is for Rook, and not only that, he does have a 2.0 scope, which yeah, not as good as the 1.5 at the moment. We're moving on now to Fuse, and Fuse I'm going to put C tier above Monty. I think he's better than Monty. Fuse just hasn't been that great, and I think a good way to make Fuse more viable would be to upgrade his speed, I think. Now, Fuse is currently, in the time of recording, 3 speed. I don't know if he'll change or whatever, but I think him moving up to a 2 speed would really help out, because by the time you get into the position to do a cluster charge, everyone's already in the bomb room, and I think just making him a bit faster would help out a lot with his picks. So C tier it will be, but I will mention his cluster charges are very good at taking out utility, which is something I praise Fuse for doing, instead of, because if it weren't for that, he'd probably be D tier, but C tier it is. Moving on to Glaz, and I think he's in the same situation as Fuse, C tier. He has been buffed quite a few times to make him viable. I remember when he would have been around here, but he's definitely C tier now. I think he is better than Fuse at this point. He works very well with the likes of Sens and everything, and Monty in that push. And that's once again that's the meta, quick push, which has made Monty more viable. Glaz becomes more viable when they're using smoke grenades, which Monty is equipped with, and that's why he's going in C tier with Monty. I think he's gotten better, but he's not like the best. He's just okay at the moment. So moving on to my Lord Tachanka. Lord Tachanka, he needs a desperate buff, because at the moment he's, I'm going to say, low D tier. I won't push him in F just because he's Lord Tachanka. There's two options to help out Tachanka, because they have been putting out like smaller buffs for him, such as giving him the Bearing 9. That's a recent buff. I think one of the options is to bring everyone's most beloved mounted LMG back, or just give him a better gadget. His gadget is so awful. His gadget is nowhere near as good as Smoke's. It gives no competition whatsoever for him to be picked more than Smoke. Even Goyo does a better job than Tachanka's gadget, and you have to shoot Goyos. The other day I had a problem playing Goyo where I was about to shoot a canister, and that's when they swung round the corner and took me out, which is something I will address when I get to Goyo. Capcan at the moment, A tier. I think last time I put him down in C with these lot, but at the moment Capcan is very good because of how quick everyone's pushing into the bomb room. Obviously the gun he uses, I'm never going to be able to say that name right. The gun that he uses is brilliant. I like it. I think he did get the 1.5 taken off him. I don't know, I just keep getting Capcan banned, so I've not been able to really play him that much. I think it's not taken off him, or I think it is, I can't remember. But once again, he's equipped with a C4, which is absolutely amazing. He's equipped with entry denial devices. That's his gadget, taking out those rushers. Personally, I go in for the kills, but you can place the gadgets around to give information of where the operators are. But yeah, A tier is where he sits. And moving on to Blitz, that rhymed. Blitz is, I think he's going to be higher D. Blitz was the same with Monty. The reworks made him a lot more viable, but I think Monty's getting picked over him a lot now. But I think this is also a meta where everyone's rushing, so I think I might move him up to low C, just because he's such a good operator for rushing and also flashing people, which is something I find quite annoying. You go up against the occasional Blitz player and he's the best in the world for some reason. But yeah, C tier, I don't know where else to put him. But moving on to IQ. I think IQ I put down here with these lot last time, but I'm moving her up to B tier, above these lot. IQ at this point is very good. I think she's gotten better from this new season. Obviously, she can spot out Cades for everyone that's using EMP grenades. And also other gadgets. She's much better than what I thought she was going to do. So B tier it is for her. Obviously, she's got plenty of guns and versatile for in that case. So yeah, B tier. Bandit. Bandit's going to go low B. Just in the middle of Twitch and Pulse. I think Bandit is struggling a bit in this meta. but once again, still great. Still has the C4, still has an MP7, which is a great gun. Even the shotgun he's equipped with is quite good. He can go on the roam. He's free speed, so still viable, and B tier it is for Bandit. Jaeger has fallen off so much. He's no longer S tier for me. I think he's going to be low A. I won't do him that dirty. He's fallen off so much in this meta, it's just not the meta for him. Especially now that a lot of operators have sort of like lost their grenades. Like I think it was Sophia that lost one of her grenades. Well, quite a lot of them did. I can't remember who it was. Pretty sure Finker did as well. So it's not been a good meta for Jaeger. He's still a viable option. Works really well with Mutant Castle and stuff like that. Still good, just not that great in the meta that we're currently in. So A tier it is for Jaeger. Buck is one of the most versatile in the game. I think he is better than everyone here. I think Capcan's better than Thermite as well. Buck is definitely... Well, he's definitely high A tier. His primary weapon's very good. Not only that, his gadget is to be equipped with a shotgun. So you can go through light walls, easy to rotate. You can switch it for a close-up fight if you ever get into one. He's also is a very quick gun as well when it comes to the shotgun. You can break through latches from above, and not only that, even if it's reinforced, he has a hard breach with him, which is the one I personally run Buck with. So yeah, A tier, high A tier I should say, because of how versatile he is. And we'll move on to Frost. Now, I don't think Frost got that rework where you can get yourself out of the Frost map. I just have not seen it. Even when I get trapped in it, I don't think I've seen anyone or seen any option to do it. But Frost is still strong. I'm going to put her in A tier behind Capcan, but above Thermite. Yeah, very good operator, very versatile, very good shotgun as a secondary weapon, very good primary weapon, has a 1.5 scope, which is broken, same with quite a lot of these operators. Yeah, just she'll do bits for you if you have her on the team. Moving on to, let's not talk about Blackbeard. We all know why Blackbeard's F tier. Let's just not talk about him. We'll just move on to Valkyrie, who is suffering a bit from this as well. Like Jaeger, she's suffering from this meta. I'm pretty sure I didn't even put her S tier last time, but she's going to be low A, maybe even high B, because of, I think I'm going to put her in high B. I think these two are better than her at the moment. She's like Jaeger, she's suffering with the meta. She used to get banned all the time, but she's not getting banned as much anymore, not getting picked enough. So B tier is for Valkyrie. If you said to me in Year 7 Season 4, like Valkyrie would be somewhere up here, high A, S tier maybe. But she is suffering with the meta. Capital, I was about to say Capcan. Capital is B tier. I think I'm going to put him here. Capital is, I think I put him C tier last time. I think he's gotten better. Obviously, he's always had the smoke grenades as his gadget and also fire. But it's not really his gadget that makes him that great. The fire part, obviously, the smoke part is pretty good. He's paired up well with Glaz and even Sens probably, and I just think he could be a better alternative to who throws the smoke grenades. That's all I can really say. It's B tier. Kavira is suffering. D tier. I think I've seen people who play Kavira very well, but she's easy to spot, and I don't see her much in this current meta. She does need a buff. D tier it is for Kavira. Hibana's going to go B tier, high B. Once again, very good breacher. Just not as good as Thermite, I think. Especially how you can't go through the breach unless you crawl or something, but you have to shoot 2 of them, and that's already 12 pellets gone. I've probably downgraded her. I think she was A tier last time. I've downgraded her to a high B. But yeah, B tier for Hibana. But she does have versatility in her guns. Supernova is very good still. Echo's also suffering from this current meta. I'm going to put him in B with Valkyrie probably behind her. Echo was probably A tier last time, but he is suffering. Anyone with drones is currently suffering a little, apart from one guy who hacks the drones. I think he's still good. Just not much you can really do with Echo at the moment, especially with Brava being added into the game. This new quick push-in meta, well, it's not new, but everyone's quickly pushing in Echo. You want that to be slowed. You want to sit behind a deployable shield and take control of your drones. But with all this quick pushing, you'll be shot in no time. So B tier for Echo. Jackal. Jackal is going to be high C. He's also fallen off a bit. There's not much I can say apart from he's versatile with his guns, and his abilities kind of falling off. There is a certain someone I can think of who's just much better, not mentioning any names or anything, but yeah, he's much better than Jackal at locating the operators. Mira is going to be a low S tier. She's just been brilliant in this meta. I don't think she's actually been that good in the meta, actually. I'll take that statement back. I think she prefers a slowed attack. But yeah, at the moment, S tier. Low S tier, I should say. Maybe even high. I think I'm going to put her in high A, actually. I think she's not as good as Buck. Obviously, she has the, I think it's Eta or Ita shotgun, same as Frost. She has the Vector, which is one of the best defensive guns in the game. Her gadget is, I remember it getting nerfed where you can just break it, but it's still pretty viable, especially if you keep it from a distance from the attackers. Just don't pull it into a place where the attackers can easily reach, and then your gadget is not going to get broken. So still strong operator, A tier. I think Ying, I put her in B last time, but I'm going to put her in low A, ahead of Jaeger. I think Ying's doing better in this meta. Obviously with everyone rushing, she's a big key part in rushing. Not only is her gadget stuns, she's also got a hard breach, which is better for getting in through a reinforced wall. Her gun's pretty good, and she doesn't get stunned by her own gadgets, which is something where you can just jump in and take everyone out. Yeah, solid at the moment, A tier. Legion is going to be a C tier, high C. I don't rate Legion. That's one of the operators I don't rate. It's Legion. I don't think his gadget's really that. I don't know if it's because he's not used properly. I don't play Legion that much. I don't know if it's because he's not used properly when I see people play him. But he's not that great at the moment. I think his gadget is very easily countered. I always see the gadget. Even if I stand on it, there's no one to kill me when it hits. So I'm going to put him in C. Sophia is A tier at the moment, put her behind Frost. Yeah, she's pretty good at the moment. Her gadget's good, her gun's good. The LMGs did get a nerf, and she was one of the operators to be affected by that, but still very strong, A tier, that's all I got to say. Unlike First Sister, Ella is going to be just above Blitz in C. I think there's so many people who can do better than Ella. I think Melusi is someone who has a similar sort of gadget, and she just does it better. It's like Mozzie with Mute, sort of, where Mutes don't break, so Ella's break and Melusi's don't. Dokkaebi, I think I shat on Dokkaebi too much. I think I'm going to put an A tier this time. This is one of the ones I thought, like, you're such a dickhead for putting her down so low. Because she has that DMR, which I think is a very good gun. And she doesn't need an auto gun, but it would be nice to get an auto gun for Dokkaebi in a primary weapon. And that's personally what I think is something they should do. And then I think Dokkaebi would be flying high. It's just her gadget sort of keeps her out of the S tier as well. Because obviously you can tell when Dokkaebi's taken over your camera, unlike Brava, who can take over cameras. You can't tell unless you've seen it yourself. Vigil is going to also be down in C tier. He's fallen off a bit. He can still be caught by drones. It's so easy to know when Vigil's around because his screen obviously starts going funny. Not much to say about him other than he's just mid. At the moment, it's just mid. C tier. Lion is going into A tier. At the moment, Lion has been great. He obviously has the EMP grenades. He also can use stuns. His gun is brilliant. He's probably got one of the best guns in the game at the moment. And yeah, his ability sort of just stops everyone from moving around. He can catch out roamers as well. A tier it is for Lion at the moment, because I'm pretty sure I put him in C last time. So I'm sorry, Lion. I'm sorry, Dokkaebi. You guys are still good. Thinker I'm going to put low B, probably ahead of these lot here. Thinker was affected heavily by the LMG nerf because, well, she was the most used for the LMG. Her healing ability's alright, still alright. Can obviously revive downed people from the other side of the map. Not much to say about Thinker apart from she has the spear. B tier. Alibi also got affected from a nerf. C tier. I'm going to put her, not C tier, B tier. I'm going to put her about here. If you asked me I think it was 1 or 2 seasons ago, I'd say she's like high A, but she has been nerfed. Still has a 1.5 on her gun, still got a good gun. So yeah, B tier is. Maestro's going to fall into the C tier category. I think I put him there last time, but I think he really does deserve it this time. With a quick meta. I keep mentioning this, but with a quick meta he's fallen off. May even be low C. I think Laz and Fuse and Monty are better than him at the moment. So he's going to go in C. He needs a slowed attack for him to do well. His LMG's still good though. That's like no recoil. Maverick's going to go B tier, probably behind IQ. He's still good. He pretty much counters Bandit and Mute on the walls. And depending where they put a Cade, he can be countered by Maverick. He's still very slow with the attacking though, which is why he's in B. Because that's not what the meta is about at the moment. So B tier for Maverick, but the next one that we have, Clash, is D tier. Clash needs something, just anything, to make her viable. Statistically the worst operator out of the defenders. I think the Chank is actually better than her at the moment. It's a battle between these two is the worst, but D tier, come on. Nomad's B tier, probably here. She's still good, still viable, good gadget. Got the ARX 200, that's a good gun. Her other gun's pretty good as well, if you want to use that. B tier. Cade is going A tier, behind Lion. At the moment, Cade's your guy when it comes to stopping breaches from getting into the walls. Bandit's not doing that well at the moment. Cade is decent gun, and yeah, he's got a C4 as well. Pretty much a better Bandit. So A tier it is for Cade. Gridlock, I've seen a lot of people shit on Gridlock, but I'm going to put her in B. Probably just ahead of Thinker. Gridlock is still good, even with this meta. I think she still works in a rush. It's just she's a bit slow, but she's the fattest operator, so come on. She's going to be slow, guys. Just let her be slow. But unlike her other Australian teammate, Mozzie is going to go into A tier, probably behind Dokkaebi. Now what makes Mozzie good is he is pretty much a counter to the likes of Twitch and anyone with a drone, but most importantly Brava. He can hack the Brava drones, which is why he's in A tier, but not only that, he's got a good gun. I like using Mozzie myself. He's got a C4, which is another one, but A tier it is for Mozzie. I don't know if that's bias or not, but who knows. Nock is S tier. At the moment, Nock is one of the best attackers to use. Not as good as a few, I can see that's still available. But low S tier for Nock. Got frag grenade still, didn't get affected by that EMP nerf. Oh, well, I'd say nerf, but it's not really a nerf. She has the same gun as Smoke, which is another good gun. Has the 1.5. Her gadget is alright, but still viable to use. I don't really use the gadget that much. But yeah, S tier for Nock. And Warden's going to go C tier, behind Legion and Jackal. With the smoke grenades, he's very good, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else to say about Warden, C tier. Same with Maru, nothing much to say about Maru. Probably even behind all these lot. People just rush in with her, they don't use her properly. C tier it is. Goyo. Goyo's going to go low B. Maybe, I don't think he's better than Legion and Jackal, he's going to sit here. Warden though, even thinks better than Vigil. Yeah, not much to say about Goyo either, apart from he's got the Vector, he's got 1.5, which is very good. His gadget, the rework on his gadget's much better. But that's really it. Callie is also C tier at the moment. I'm just going to leave her here. I think Callie's suffering a bit. I don't know if it's because I hate marksman rifles and sniper rifles, but I just don't like Callie. I don't see her as a good operator, apart from being able to take out like mute jammers and stuff. Wamai at the moment is going to be high B. I think he works better than Jaeger at the moment in this meta. But once again, Jaeger is still more viable. Like I keep comparing Mew and Mozzie. Jaeger's gadget doesn't break, Wamai's does. Iana is going to be the next S tier operator. Just probably better than Sledge. Not better than Smoke though. Iana's very versatile as well. Frag grenades, ARX 200, information with a clone device. Can trick people with it as well. Solid S tier. That's where I'm going to put her. And moving on to Oryx, who's going to be A tier. Probably behind these lot. Oh, come on. There we go. Oryx is very good in this meta right now as well. People are asking for a nerf for him, but I think he's fine the way he is. He also has a 1.5 scope, which is broken once again. He's very fast. He's good roamer, and if you want kills, I recommend roaming with Oryx. He's very good. Ace, once again, major bias probably, S tier. Probably in between Iana and Sledge. Who else but Ace to do the breaching? Who else? He's brilliant. He's got the AK-12, 1.5 scope. I guess the Claymores are kind of okay. You can breach from a safe distance as well. He doesn't have to get up a close and personal like Thermite. You can actually go through the breach hole, apart from Hibana. Just, that's subtle roast to Hibana. So yeah, S tier for Ace. Melusi is going B tier, probably behind these lot. She suffered from being slow, in my opinion. I preferred it when she was fast to roam round. Her gadget's still good, which is why she's not down here. I preferred to roam with Melusi and sort of listen out for gadgets being activated and then go in for the kill, but I guess she can sit in the bomb room as well. It's still pretty useful, but B tier it is for Melusi. Almost done with this tier list, but Zero's going low B. The buff has helped with his pick rate, but I don't see much from Zero, so he's going to be B tier. Aruni's going to be high A, I think just in front of Mira. Aruni's very underrated. Her marksman rifle is quite good. I think it's the same as Dokubi's. Her gadget is quite good. There's a few techniques you can use with a gadget, plus the fist she has. And P10 Roni. I don't think she has the 1.5 though. So maybe I'll put her down here. Yeah, that'll work. A tier it is for Aruni. Flores, high A. Yeah, probably about here. He's good for clearing out or utility. Some people use him. I don't know why people do this, but they use him for trying to get kills. I don't think his drone is good enough to do that. I think it takes too long to be used for kills. I think it's good to be used for utility and getting rid of Azami barriers. So A tier it is. Thunderbird's going to go B tier. I think she suffered with this. I think I'm going to put her behind Twitch. She suffered with this current meta because her gadget can heal the other team, unlike Doc, where it doesn't. So Yeah, B tier it is. Osa, B tier as well. I'm gonna put her here. Very easy to counter, by the way. I'm a C4 user, so yeah, very easy to counter. Fawn's going B tier. Let's just finish this off real quick. Probably behind everyone, probably about here. Azami is the best defender in the game. Sens needs another buff or something. D tier, honestly. Probably Kavira's probably better. Grim. Let's not talk about Grim, but let's talk about this final one. Solace, S tier. Solace is brilliant. I like using Solace. Good gun. Very, very good gadget. I think she's better than a few of these though. I'll put her behind Ace. So yeah, Azami is the best defender in the game at the moment. Let's just talk about Azami for a minute. Barriers can make a dodgy defense a safe defense. And that's all you can say. The barriers are good. So this is my tier list. If there's anything you disagree with, obviously do let me know in the comments. If you think, let's just say, Whamai's better than, or Nox worse, then yeah, do let me know. But this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you all liked this tier list. I hope I didn't go through it too slowly or too quickly. Subscribing is just very appreciated if you would like to subscribe. Maybe even give this video a like and comment on what I should do next. This is all from me for today.